What's up? My name is Chef Carlos Jaquez, and the birria that I make is estilo Los Angeles. My last 4 years of cooking, I spent working in downtown at ODM and Bestia, and those totally had a big influence on just like tightening up the way I organized myself in my own kitchen, which translated to my own concept. I went on a Mexico trip, spent like a month there, and I came back really excited about Mexican food. And at the time I wanted to make a little more money, and I was working at ODM and I had like a cool schedule. I had the weekends off, and I was like, okay, like if I could just keep the schedule, ask my boss, let him know what I want to do, start selling tacos on the weekend. I wanted to be like super traditional and like reflect, like do something that like I saw growing up. I grew up in El Sereno since I was about like 8 or 7 years old, and I experienced a lot of the sort of food and culture that this neighborhood had to offer, as well as like East LA and Boyle Heights, because those are sort of neighborhoods that had a little more of a street vending going on when I was younger. Working in these cool restaurants in downtown LA and around LA sort of like influenced like the technical style and the technical approach that I have to recreating some of these things. And that's sort of where Birria Pa La Cruda like comes to light. Started at my parents' house. I was using like a small burner that I bought for like 50 bucks from one of my dad's friends in the backyard, and I was like dicing onions back there on a folding table, like for picnics, on the picnic table. So we prepped there for our street stand, but then our street stand closed during the beginning of the pandemic, and then we started selling from the side of my parents' house, which lasted for like 6 months or something like that. And then that got like too intense, and I was like, okay, fuck this, like we're gonna get a food truck so that I could like cook in a more safe environment during the pandemic. But that was whack. Like the food truck was like not a fun experience. And then after that I was looking for like restaurant kitchens. I was like, okay, like this is gonna be the move, because I can't be in a food truck anymore, and I don't want to go back to a street stand, and I don't want to go back to this like side house kitchen. And then like all this crazy like life happened, and then I find myself in my own studio living like in City Terrace, and now like it's like the optimal space to use to prep, because I have like a plancha outside and I have the entire kitchen to myself and sink and like, you know, all my tools there. And so I prep everything mostly there or at the restaurants that host us now. I think what separates Birria Pa La Cruda from a lot of just the surrounding taco stands or the other birrerias that inspire me is that I'm sort of able to merge or like bring this like bring this like restaurant background of execution of work and do it at a taco stand. And at a taco stand you only have, you know, like 4 or 5 components. You have your tortilla, your meat, your garnishes, lime, onion, cilantro, and a salsa. Like you want to make them all to the best of your capability, and that's what we strive to do. And I think that's part of what makes us very different. Like I'm very focused on trying to make sure that everything that's given to our guest is like fully thought out. I want everything that our guest experiences to like make them feel good, and the only way we could do that is by making sure that like that we feel good about everything we're putting on a taco. All the pieces have to look nice. They make it. It's so funny, like just onion, cilantro, meat, but like if you make this all really pretty, even on a simple taco, like you're not using tweezers to put this on a taco. Like I'm not trying to fake the funk here, like it's a taco de birria, but I'm trying to make all the components beautiful so that when you eat it, you're like, fuck yeah, I feel beautiful now because I'm eating it. My goals and like, I guess I'm ultimately call this dreams for Birria Pa La Cruda have changed a little bit over the last few years, but ultimately now I really want to be able to give back to the community and open a brick and mortar restaurant to like provide stable employment for people that are looking for that in their life. Like I couldn't have made Birria Pa La Cruda popular without the community coming by, and I want to give back by sharing the popularity with the community, you know what I mean? And letting other people be a part of this.